I'm truly honored to be able to join you at this second Speakers Roundtable Forum, although my strict observation was all the tables here are rectangular. But I think we've been given the definition of what the round table is, so I'm sure we feel pretty comfortable in whatever manner we find ourselves engaged in this afternoon. As you will all know, the objective of this meeting is to entrench and strengthen the active engagement of members of Parliament in the ongoing EAC integration process, following up on the first Speakers Roundtable meeting that was held in Nairobi. Let me take this opportunity to congratulate the Office of Mr. Speaker, as well as the Ministry of East African Community Affairs, for keeping to the promise they made at the Nairobi meeting to organize this particular meeting, and to have been faithful to the challenge that His Excellency the President gave to all of us. Personally, I feel proud to be associated with the progress thus far made since the ratification of the treaty for the establishment of the EAC Treaty more than 10 years ago, having been part of the initial process of the revival of our community. This far we have come. Time is therefore ripe for members of our Parliament to deliberately position themselves strategically at the center of EAC regional integration process and to be able to guide and determine Kenya's regional agenda. I recall during the first Speakers Roundtable Forum when the Honorable Speaker challenged those of us who were in attendance as to whether we had seen, leave alone read a copy of the treaty for the establishment of the EAC and the EAC Common Market Protocol. The response was indeed a cause of concern, given the envisioned central role of EAC partner states' national assemblies as provided for under Article 65 of the EAC Treaty that was mentioned by the Honorable Minister for EAC in our welcoming remarks, as well as Mr. Speaker himself. Mr. Speaker, whether it was deliberately thought out or just a coincidence, I wish to note the significance of the timing of the second Speakers Roundtable Conference. As Parliament races against time to meet the constitutional timelines, this forum is indeed a reminder about other regional and international obligations and commitments beyond our national boundaries that impact on our citizens' welfare. You indicated previously that this forum should be an annual event. Notwithstanding the historic and national pride in finally achieving the long-sought dream of a new constitution, we must still be alive to realities of this globalized village. At the international and regional level, Kenya will continue to relate both within friendly and sometimes not so friendly states. I would like, therefore, to urge the National Assembly at all times to base its parliamentary decisions and legislation on strategic international and regional considerations. From the most recent statistics, the EAC trading bloc is of great significance to the welfare of Kenyans and the whole region. There is no doubt in my mind that neither Kenya nor any other partner state would realistically feel that they would be better off being without the community. I believe that the strength and the deliberate structured progress that the EAC is making clearly qualify it as a prestigious model for its membership to be highly sought after by neighboring states and to continue, of course, Europe borrowed from us. And I think that we can also lend this example to many other parts of the world. The question, therefore, has never and should never be whether or not we can do without the EAC, but on how we can strengthen this regional bloc to ensure its sustainability. Economic internationalism through the formation of regional groupings is one of the most popular and tested models of economic development. Worldwide, from the 1948 to September 2006, some 276 regional trade arrangements have been formed through the World Trade Agreement, of which about 35 from contiguous economic blocs. The EAC, with an estimated population, and these figures are very interesting. Sometimes I see 133 million, sometimes 126 million. I think we need to do an averaging. And I think we are anyway getting to 133 million soon. It's a huge market that cannot be ignored in the international trading market and generally in international relations. This big bloc is preferred to individual small nations competing against themselves. To paraphrase what one of the regional leaders often says, he remains nameless, there cannot be any pride in being the first among the poorest when we have the opportunity together to be at least the last among the rich.